Hey guys, and welcome. I'm Kate, and this is going to be a quick and intense vinyasa practice. I'm going to try to fit it into a small window of time here, so we're going to get moving pretty quickly right away. So if you know you're somebody who needs to warm up, or if it's early in the morning and you're feeling super tight, maybe snag a 15-minute, one of my other 15-minute videos or 10-minute videos where you can just kind of warm up before coming into this one. If you're primed and ready, you're not going to need any props unless you're super tight in the hamstrings, and maybe grab a couple of blocks. Otherwise, find a quiet spot, roll out your mat, and let's get moving. All right, guys, we're going to start on our backs. So go ahead, lay down. You can keep your knees bent for a few breaths if you need to. Let your shoulders relax into the floor. Close your eyes and just take a couple of breaths. Like I said, we're going to get moving pretty quickly, but just maybe 2 or 3 deep breaths to get yourself here. Maybe it's morning time and you're feeling super relaxed already. Maybe you've been through a crazy day. Whatever it may be, just give yourself a moment. While Memphis settles, you can also settle. One more breath in and let it go. And then from here, you're going to bend your knees, start to walk your feet in. Take your knees and let them plop over to the right side. And then knees up through the middle, let them plop over to the left. And then back up through the middle. You're going to plop them over to the right. Let your arms come out a little bit farther away from you. You're going to slide your right elbow underneath, help yourself get up. Inhale, lengthen up here with the legs still in this funky position. You're going to fold over your right shin. Start to work into your right hip. Relax your shoulders and breathe. And then slide your hands underneath your shoulders. Come on up. Your left hand's going to come to your right knee. Swing your right arm behind you. Lengthen up and twist. And your left hip point's going to want to kind of track with you. That's okay. Let it come along for the ride. Inhale, bring yourself back through center. Place your hands behind you, either fingertips pointing in or out to the edges of the mat. Left foot comes in front, right ankle is going to plop up and over. Roll your shoulders back, lift your chest. And you can always modify the depth of this stretch by walking your left heel a little closer in. Whatever. Roll your shoulders back, lift your chest, feel your low back draw in and up, and breathe here. And as you lift into your chest, feel your right knee start to move away from you a bit. All right, so if you've walked your left heel super close into your butt there, you're gonna start to walk it out a little bit. Because from here, you're gonna press into your hands, press into this left foot, and come on up into table. And try to keep the right hip point in line with the left. It's going to want to sag here, but you want to keep it lifted even as you drop the inner right thigh down toward the floor. Keep your hips lifted, stretch your right leg up straight. Inhale. When you exhale, you're going to start to lower your hips, push into your left heel, drag your hips back through your hands. Butt doesn't hit the floor. Inhale, come on up, lift. Exhale, you're going to swing through. One more inhale, lift it up. Exhale, swing it through, hold it here for 3, 2, 1, set it down. All right, you're gonna bend your right knee, bring it to the outer edge. Little seated, half happy baby. You can keep your hand on the outer edge of your foot here. Take your left arm, stretch it up, inhale. And then exhale, gonna reach out and over. Maybe you grab your calf, your ankle. Maybe you can grab the outer edge of this foot. Maybe a yoga toe hold on the big toe. And then notice how I've kind of started to slump in because the weight of this leg is intense. Feel yourself lift up, extend into your chest. Inhale. And as you exhale, you're gonna lean back, release that left leg, and just work to straighten the right leg. Arm bones stay plugged in. If your hamstrings are still feeling tight, you can walk your hands down, give yourself the space you need here. And now you're going to shift your weight back even more, pull your low belly in, and see if you can bend your left knee slightly and then float your left leg above the mat. Oh, a little balance here. And And then bend your left leg, draw it in towards you. You're gonna drop your right foot in front, shift forward, standing split, press the floor away, and breathe. Keep pushing down into that right foot. Inhale, lift your chest, lengthen forward. Exhale and fold. You can always use blocks under your hands. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale and fold. Last time, lengthen up, inhale. As you exhale, you're gonna fold, bend that right knee, step the left foot back, come high onto your fingertips, sink your hips, nice long lunge here. Plant your left hand, roll onto the outer edge of your left foot. Wild thing is you flip this right foot back behind you, press into both feet, lift your hips, and breathe. Inhale. And when you exhale, right hand comes down to the mat. You're gonna draw your right leg around and underneath for a little fallen triangle. Come onto the outer edge of your right foot. Drop your left heel. Lift your hips. Inhale here. And then exhale, you're gonna come back onto the ball of your left foot. Plant your left hand into a plank, but your right leg is still crossed underneath. And just try to square your chest for a moment. And you're gonna press into the floor, drag your right knee into your chest, and then step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Help it along if you need. From here, you wanna float up through that back thigh, sink a little deeper into your right knee. Inhale. And when you exhale, drop your left knee to the mat. Come high into your fingertips. Lift up into your chest as your hips drop forward. Oh yeah, okay. You're gonna tuck your back toes again, lift your back knee, and I'm gonna kick your left leg all the way through. Come to sit, and then lay down. Find yourself a happy baby. Shoulders soft. Okay, here we go. As you exhale, you're gonna drop your feet to the mat. Let your knees plop over to the left. Slide your left arm underneath. You're gonna come on up, lengthen up here, and as you exhale, just fold your torso over this left shin for a slightly more gentle variation on Ayur Chakrasana, Wheel of Life. And slide your hands underneath you. Come all the way up. Right hand to your left knee. Left hand swings behind. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. And when you inhale, come back through the middle. Place your hands behind you. Again, fingertips can point in or out to the sides if your shoulders or your wrists are tender. Gonna bring your right foot back in. Left ankle over the top of your right thigh, roll your shoulders back, and work into this left hip a little deeper. And again, you can always slide your right heel in to make it more intense. I'm gonna rewind that a little bit. And breathe. Okay, so if you've snuck that right heel closer in, walk it away now because you're not gonna want it super close to your butt there. Press into the hands, into your right foot. Gonna lift your hips to a little reverse table with a, leg thingy. Hips nice and square. Let your inner thighs start to drop toward the floor. And here we go, the fun part of class. Take your left leg, stretch it up, inhale. When you exhale, you're gonna slide your butt through. Inhale, drive your heels back up. Exhale, and back. And up again, last time, inhale. And then exhale, pull it through and hold for 3, 2, 1. Whew. Sit it down. Grab the outer edge of your left foot, drag it into a half happy baby. Nice long spine. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Exhale, you're gonna fold forward and grab. Wherever along the leg you want, you can bring your hand into the floor. Also, if that helps you get the lift, right? And then fight the drag of this left leg. Draw your knee in and then lift up, press it back. Shoulders drop away from your ears, inhale. And when you exhale, release that right foot, lean back, and just work to straighten your left leg for a little heron variation here. Arm bugs. Arm bugs are gonna stay in your sockets here, or your arm bones, whichever you have today. And then shift back a little bit more. Draw your low belly in, connect with your core, and see if you can start to, float the leg. And then you're gonna bend your right knee in, let it settle into the floor, drop your left foot in front, shift forward, standing split. Press the floor away. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and fold. One more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and fold. Bend that left knee. Step your right foot to the back of the mat. Come high onto your fingertips as you reach your chest forward. And then plant your right hand. Drop onto the outer edge of your right foot. Swing your left leg up and around behind you. Press into both feet. Lift your hips. Exhale, left hand comes down. Swing your left leg around and underneath you. Drop your right heel. Fall in triangle. Lift up. And when you exhale, you're going to bring your right hand to the floor. Pivot back onto the ball of your right foot. And just square your chest as best you can with this leg doing its funky thing here. Then you're going to drag the knee in. Pull it into your chest. And then step it to the outside of your left hand. Inhale, back knee stays lifted, right thigh engaged. Exhale, drop your right knee, come up onto your fingertips. And from your pubic bone to your sternum, feel yourself lift. Okay, here we go. One more time, you're gonna lift this back knee, swing it through, roll onto your back, and come into a happy baby. This time, if you wanna go into a deeper version here, you can bring your arms through your legs, grab the outer edges of your feet, but now your elbows can rest on your the backs of your thighs really here. And then you can use the strength of your elbows to just start to gently press. I mean, and gently is the word here. It's not about torture, just finding an opening that feels good in your body. If this feels like absolute junk, then don't do it, right? Come back out of it. You can even come here. Then from here, you're gonna draw your knees in, cross your ankles, and roll all the way up, over your feet, and into a downward facing dog. Yeah, you don't have to wait for me. I mean, I guess you can if you want. Okay, then take a second here to pedal out your feet. Spread your fingers. Press with the four corners of your palms. I feel like I say it all the time. You guys have heard it a million times, but just engage down through the hands. Inhale, come forward into your plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Baby cobra, or an upward facing dog. And then pull it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, take your right leg, lift it up, stretch it back. Exhale, swing it forward. You're gonna come into pigeon, but an active version here. Plug the legs deep into your sockets, inhale. And when you exhale, you're gonna come down onto your forearms. You can use a block underneath you if you need a little more lift. You're gonna root through the forearms and lift your chest. And now press down through the right shin bone. And as you press into the ground with the right shin, draw your left thigh bone forward and breathe. You can take your gaze side to side. And then slide your hands underneath you. Tuck your back toes. Right leg's gonna swing up. Stretch it back, down dog split. And when you exhale next, step it forward for warrior three. Come all the way up. You can keep your hands in prayer. Stretch them back behind you. Take them forward if you're feeling turbo. And then from here, step it back, crescent lunge. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, open, warrior two. Soften through your shoulders. Gonna keep this right knee bent. Take the right hand down. You can come to the top of your thigh with your forearm or come all the way down to the floor. We're trying to work into this right side hip as best we can. Left arm comes over your ear, palm facing the floor. Then you want to scoop this right side sitting bone underneath as you press back through the top of your left thigh. Inhale. And when you exhale, you're going to bring the left hand down and pivot on the ball of your back foot. And now you're going to scoot your right foot over a little bit to the side and then hook your right arm underneath your right leg. Like you were putting this on like a purse strap or a backpack strap, right? Elbows in, going to start to walk this right leg forward and out to the side. Maybe this is where you stop and that's cool. You can hang out here. If you want to work into a half little vinyasa, going to bend the elbows, start to sweep this right foot out into the side. And then slowly bring it back in. Inhale, take this right leg, lift it up, stretch it back. When you exhale, you're going to bend your knees, stack your hip. Oh. Inhale, reach it up, stretch it back. Exhale, step forward. We're going to come into a warrior one stance. Hop the back foot in if you want and out to the side. Then slide your hands back, grabbing blocks if you need them. Work to straighten your right leg, Parsvottanasana. Nice square hips here. All right, you're going to keep your left hand right where it is, on the block or on the floor. Take your right hand and stretch it straight forward like you were giving somebody a handshake. Now you're going to take this right hand and weave it through your left forearm and your right shin and to the outside of your left hip. So you're going to grab on the outside area of your left hip here. And then start to nestle your right shoulder kind of underneath a bit. Even while you do that, you want to pull the outer right hip back. Maybe the left hand can walk forward. Take your gaze over or underneath your left armpit here. And here we go, the pose we've been getting at this whole time secretly. You're gonna start to soften this right knee and bring your right arm back underneath. Hands underneath you to support, step your left foot forward for bird of paradise. Come onto the ball of your right foot. You're gonna take your right hand up. So you're to the outside of your hip here. Left hand's gonna wrap around and find a bind. If a bind isn't working, and you can always just kind of use the backs of your hands as a brace on your backs to help you up. Or you can grab a strap. Take your gaze forward a little bit, shift onto your left foot. We're gonna work our way up to stand. Nice and easy. Lengthen out through your tailbone, lift up into your chest, and maybe this right leg works to straighten. Doesn't have to be pretty. In fact, in here it rarely is. You're gonna bend and then release back down. Wide-legged Uttanasana. Release your bind and fold. Okay, and then heels in, toes out. Gonna take a seat, Malasana. If Malasana for you means coming onto the balls of your feet, hands on the floor, or if it means coming here, that's fine too. If you can make it all the way down, heels on the mat, then go for it. And we're gonna prep for a crow. So, hands to the mat, shoulder distance apart, spread your fingers, gonna lift your booty. Take your knees as high as you can get them, right? One heel in, the next one can come too. Just play with the balance, hug those heels in, big toes together. And then you can walk it back or shoot it back, chaturanga. Upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Take a breath and let it go. Here we go. Left leg's gonna lift, inhale. Exhale, drag it forward, find your pigeon. Told you we were gonna get into it. Even Memphis is, is getting into it. All right, come on onto your fingertips. Low belly lifted, inhale. And then exhale, come out and over. You can rest on your forearms on a block. All right, you're gonna press down into the mat, lift your chest. And then root down through that left shin, drag your right thigh bone forward and breathe. It's our active version here today. One more breath. And then slide your hands underneath you. From here, you're gonna swing it up, stretch it back, inhale. And then exhale, step it through, warrior three. Shift forward, find your balance. Whoa. Again, arms can do whatever you feel like you need to help you out today. Right? Any variation that works. And then soften that left knee. Step your right foot back. Inhale for crescent lunge. Exhale, open, warrior two. All right. Okay, side angle. You can come onto this thigh here or bring it all the way down to the floor or block. Lean gently into this inner thigh. Take your right arm alongside your ear. As you're here, you want to really fire up this inner right thigh. Root through the outer edge of your back foot. Inhale. And then exhale, you're going to windmill it down to the floor. Come onto the ball of your back foot. Sweep your left foot out to the side, and then you're gonna put this leg on like your backpack strap. Oh, we got this. Maybe this is where the buck stops, and that's cool. If you wanna work toward your little half koan vinyasa, just getting some flexibility in the hamstrings, start to walk your left foot out and forward. Bend your elbows, kick it up. And then we're gonna press it back up. Ooh. Inhale, reach it up. Oh, stretch it back, open the hip. And as you exhale, you're gonna step this left foot forward one more time. Parsvottanasana, I can hop that right foot in, square your hips, and just work to straighten your left leg. Scissor those inner thighs, and breathe. And root evenly through both feet. Okay. Right hand's gonna get out of the way a little bit. Left hand reaches forward. Inhale. Exhale, swing this through. Grab the outer edge of your right leg. Drag your outer left hip back as you walk your right hand forward. Maybe take your gaze underneath your armpit and breathe. Here's the setup. Ready? Bend that left knee. Take your left hand back underneath your backpack strap there. Brace yourself. Step your right foot forward. Come onto the ball of your left foot. And now we're gonna bind this left leg. Gaze forward. Shift onto this right foot. Here we go. Little bird of paradise. Slow and steady. Until you can come up to stand. Press back to the top of your right thigh. Lift into your chest. And then maybe, not so much on this leg, but maybe you can straighten that left leg or work toward it. More important is the lift in the chest. And then you're gonna slowly release it down. Let yourself hang, wide-legged Uttanasana. And then open your toes, take a seat. Find your Malasana, squat here. Lift your chest. And one last crow, plant your hands, lift your seat. Set your weight forward and just play. Your feet don't have to come off the mat today. Just explore. If you're working on shooting it back, see if you can get super low and then spring them back. Come on up. And pull it back, downward facing dog. And breathe here. Take your gaze forward. You're gonna walk or hop all the way through to take a seat and then roll it back. Draw your knees in. Rock a little bit side to side. Keep your right knee and stretch your left leg out. Take the knee into your left hand. Right arm can drop out to the side. Give yourself a whole big twist here. Feel your tailbone lengthen toward your left heel. Left heel push to the front of your mat. And then back up through the middle. And left leg in, right leg out. Grab a hold of the knee. As you exhale, we're gonna twist the other side. And again, keep your right leg active. You can slide your gaze across your left arm. And then slowly come on back up. Draw your knees in. Take your hands behind your thighs and roll up to sit. And for a moment here, you're gonna find a comfortable seat. If you wanna stay longer, or if you feel a Shavasana is necessary after that, then please take the time to do it, right? But we're gonna take a seat here. Let your eyes slide closed and breathe. Before you move into the rest of your day, whatever else you have planned, take a moment just to feel your body as it is right now. A little bit wrung out, but hopefully ready for whatever comes next. Bring your palms together into Anjali Mudra and bow your head and honor your body and your breath as always for moving you through your practice and moving you through every other moment of the day. And I appreciate you spending some of those moments with me. As always, like and subscribe. And tell your friends. Have a wonderful day. I hope to practice with you again soon. Namaste.